Hi, I'm Anna from the Adopt a Negotiator project, and we're here at the Climate Talks in Bonn. And this behind us is the hotel where the talks happen. They happen in a hotel because they haven't built the conference centre yet. So we're going to go inside and give you a tour about what goes on and what the UN looks like. So we've just come through security, which is behind us. Obviously this is a UN building, so you have to come through security and get your bag checked. And the first thing we come to is the lobby, which is where everyone hangs out. Everyone has their meetings. It's a great place to mingle with your negotiators. Just basically grab some food, some really expensive food because we're at the UN. And you can just see everybody having their meetings in the morning, getting ready for the day, and basically just working out what they're going to do. Nope, can't get up there. These are the lifts where take you up to the other floors of the hotel, which is where the negotiators have all their offices and go up and have their secret meetings and talk without the rest of us up there. So if you have a meeting with them, they'll come down and pick you up, but apart from that you can't get to them. So the first thing we do in the morning is pick up things like the NGO newsletter of what went on yesterday and the daily programme, which tells us everything that's going on for the rest of the day and which rooms it's going to be happening. So we have the newsletter and the daily programmes over here with the documents. You can also from here get anything like copies of the text or any other documents that you might need to work out what is going on in this building basically. And these are the pigeonholes where you can leave things for all the different countries for the negotiators and they'll pick them up. A love note or maybe just something more important than that. So here we are at some of the NGO booths where they can display what they get up to and stuff. This one here is for 350 and the youth movement. That's Seb, one of the focal points for the youth here in Bonn. Seb? He's eating a croissant because he's a French man. He's obviously very busy, he doesn't want to talk to us. So here we have the translation headsets. Obviously not everyone at the UN speaks the same language, so they have translation booths in all the main rooms, and you can listen to any one of the 6 official languages of the UN, and it'll be translated in real time for you. So here we are in the main room of the UN negotiations. This is the biggest room. It's where the big plenaries happen, which is when everyone speaks together, and any of the groups where lots of them are talking. Over there we've got the translation booths, which is where the translators sit, and it'll come through the headsets for everybody. And then down here we've got the main bit of plenary. So we've got all the seats at the front for the countries, at the back where the civil society and the observers sit, and then at the front on the stage we'll have the executive secretary and the chair of the meeting that's going on, and then on the screens we'll see who's speaking, and there's a little clock in the bottom left hand corner, which means they're all only supposed to speak for 2 minutes, and when it gets to 0 it goes red, and generally they just keep speaking. It really doesn't make a difference. So the reason the United States has a white name badge and everybody else has got a black one is because the United States have never ratified the Kyoto Protocol, which means in discussions where they're talking about the KP or the Kyoto Protocol, the United States technically aren't allowed to speak. You will find them speaking now, but that's the reason they're white and everybody else is black, apart from a couple of countries who also haven't ratified, like San Marino. And so I'd actually like to commit the United Kingdom to 100% reduction in carbon emissions by the year 2020. And this is where all the journalists hang out. It's the media room, and so if you ever want to get anything in the press or anything, you come up here and get them down, see what they can do. There's a few of them in here because it's the second week now. Last week there wasn't really anybody around. So obviously the countries aren't always all talking together, so sometimes they have to come into smaller groups to discuss things before they can go back to the big group and try and make a decision. So they come to these smaller rooms where they can sit around the table, just speak a bit closer. Quite often these meetings will be closed, so observers, civil society can't come in. It's where the countries can really try and bash out what they're going to do and how they're going to solve climate change. So, fingers crossed. So that's pretty much it for the UN. It's not the most exciting place in the world, but hopefully you can start to see what it looks like here and where we all hang out most of the time. And one day we won't have to come here because they'll have solved climate change, fixed the world, and we can all go hang somewhere else.